That was a proper game of football tonight. Two teams just properly going for it. What football should be all about. You absolutely love to see it. And fair play to Aston Villa, man. What an effort. Genuinely. I mean, 2-0 down on the night. You're thinking they're going to get absolutely battered. But they came back so well. A bit of luck granted for the two deflected goals. But second half, after they got that third goal, I think they should have brought that tie to extra time, at least with the chances that they had. Donnarumma was absolutely unbelievable. PSG had chances themselves. They scored two nice goals, and they should have scored more goals on the night, but what a tie. What a tie. Villa Park is a scary place on a night like tonight. Fair play to PSG. They go on, and you've got to take your hat off to Villa and Unai Emery. Unreal.
Just as Marcus Rashford started cooking, Emery took him off. Emery took him off. I think that as soon as Emery took him off, game done. That killed the game. The game was there. If Marcus Rashford stayed on the pitch, I think Aston Villa get another goal. He just started taking over the game, and Emery took him. I think that was one of the worst substitutions I've seen this season. It made zero impact, and the game just fizzled away, man. Fizzled away. I know Maatsen had that chance at the end, great block by Pacho, but it fizzled away. Emery, that's what separates the elites from the very good. That is what separates.
This team, by the way, very beatable. We're beatable too. This team, Paris, very beatable. You just limit the mistakes, and you'll beat them. Defensively, they're like a hole. Defensively, they're like a hole. They have holes in their defense. Forward, they're good. But like I said, if you could contain their forwards, they ain't scored today, but if you could contain them and don't give up stupid goals, you'll beat them. PSG, they almost battled to Villa. I promise you, if PSG did not get to farm Prem teams, they would not be in the semifinals. But no, they got to the easiest path in the Champions League, farming Prem teams. The worst league, the worst top 5 league, the Premier League, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? They got to farm it. They got to farm it. Unbelievable. Nah, PSG is a good team. PSG is a good team. PSG is a good team. I hope they make the final. I would love for history to repeat itself with Arsenal, but Arsenal losing tomorrow, so I think PSG, maybe they'll make a final. Maybe they will.
The only reason Aston Villa didn't score another goal was because Unai Emery decided to take Marcus Rashford off the freaking field. Your most promising player. In my video here, I predicted Aston Villa freaking winning, and they did. But I also expected them to qualify for the next round, which didn't happen because not only does he not keep Marcus Rashford on the field, he brings Ollie Watkins on late when he could have helped during the entire freaking game. Now, I don't know if he was injured, I don't know what happened, but I honestly feel if Ollie Watkins started, it would be a whole different ball game we're talking about. Look at Dembele's face, bro. He knows he is not supposed to be in the next round. Aston Villa were supposed to win it. He's disappointed in his performance. Those early 2 goals they conceded to could have been avoided, but Aston Villa just, I don't know, bro. It is sad to see, but I guess that's football, man. It's cruel. Nobody could do anything about it, bro.
Aston Villa was so close to one of the greatest Champions League comebacks that we have ever seen. And honestly, momentum is the craziest thing in football, because how a team can be so dominant, go 5-1 up, and then all of a sudden, after the Yuri Tielemans goal, it just switches. Aston Villa absolutely on top. The 2 goals in 3 minutes to get them right back in contention. But then, to be fair to them, PSG did really settle back down into the game, had a few chances themselves, and were able to ride out those last 20-25 minutes. But my God, was that entertaining. And look, we've spoken loads about PSG's quality, and we all know that it's there. But the way that Aston Villa were able to fight back in that game, that's the other side of football, isn't it? That dogged mentality, the crowd as well, using that. And Aston Villa were able to do that perfectly tonight to sort of match up the level. I thought Emery got it slightly wrong. I wouldn't have taken off Rashford. I thought Rashford was causing PSG such a massive issue. Go him and Watkins up front. I don't understand why he took him off, like for like. Donnarumma once again proving why he is so massive for PSG. Those 2 saves directly after the 3rd goal, the one from Rashford and then the one from Tielemans as well, that header, sensational goalkeeping. I thought Yuri Tielemans just absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Hakimi as well. I thought Hakimi was absolutely fantastic. Probably the best player for PSG tonight, in my opinion. Obviously scored the 1st goal, but was just everywhere, up and down in those final 20 minutes as well. How calm he was when he received the ball. Sort of the runs that he was making upfield, was unlucky not to score too. Doué was unlucky not to score when he came on, but a few big saves from Martinez. But yeah, at the end of the day, PSG go through, and I'm happy. You know, PSG are one of the best sides in the tournament, I think, and I'd love to see them play either Real Madrid or Arsenal. But Aston Villa can hold their heads up high, and they now know that they can go and compete at the very, very, very top level, and that should give them a lot going into next season and into the rest of this season.
This has to be one of the worst substitutions in Champions League history. What was Unai Emery thinking subbing off Rashford? He would have won Aston Villa that game. He should have taken off Morgan Rogers, who wasn't playing well, moved Rashford to the left and put Watkins up top. And Rashford, the way he was playing, beating his man, he was moving like a world-class player. The way he knuckleball whipped that cross in for Konza as well, who should have scored. I'm not even an Aston Villa fan, and I was genuinely angry when I saw Rashford's number on the substitutes board.
That was almost one of the Champions League nights. Oh, how close. That's at the end from Maatsen. Oh, if only. The missed header, how many chances. Aston Villa did himself proud there. The atmosphere, Tielemans unreal. Rashford creating so much. That goal where he skips round one play, skips round two. Oh my God, he's on fire tonight. I just felt the atmosphere was building and building all game. What a night. I mean, he's got to do better for me for that first one, him in the centre half. And this PSG side are beautiful. Everyone talks about the forward line, and rightly so. They have been unreal this year, of course they have. But oh my life, those 2 players are phenomenal. In terms of a full-back pairing, does it get better, really? If you could handpick players and attributes, I think them 2 are perfect. They both scored. Firstly, they're so comfortable in the box. I mean, in the opposition's half, they're so good on the ball. They're so fast, so athletic. Yet they can defend and they're getting back, and it's like helping the teammates whilst also bombing forward and overlapping. And it's so interesting to watch PSG now that game unfolding. That was different to the other games. Them 2 were allowed to run games this year, but I thought Tielemans got a grasp on that game at times and really ran the show. I think he's so underrated, Tielemans. He looks, I thought it was like 34. It's like 27 Tielemans, and obviously he's got a banger in him. As has McGinn, of course, who scored the goal. I was just buzzing for Villa. I've got a few mates who are Villa fans. Oh, it's so close, wasn't it? But still, what an effort, what a game though as well. For the neutral, sit back and watch that. I watched that again. Wow! Marcus Rashford! No. Bro, what did I just see? Rashford getting an assist like that against Paris Saint-Germain, game on, from being 2-0 down. What was it, Hakimi Nuno Mendes scoring? And now 3-2. They played the Europa League anthem and Rashford woke up. What an assist by Marcus Rashford. I have to say fair play. I'm going to put my hands up and say Marcus Rashford, that was world class. That was an insane assist. Bro, the Champions League games today are gone crazy. Aston Villa, they're winning against PSG 3-2 in the second leg. They need 1 more goal to make it a tie. You got Barcelona losing to Dortmund 2-1. But Borussia Dortmund scoring 2 early goals from Guirassy. A brace. What is going on in the Champions League today? Marcus Rashford shining. Villa coming back. PSG about to fumble. The greatest team. Underrated team. What's going on?
That right there, Villa and PSG, was one of the best games I've seen in so long. What a game. What a game, man. As a neutral like this, and then you had Arsenal and Real Madrid last week. Obviously tomorrow, hopefully that'll be a good game as well. But just watching these sort of games, so entertaining. We have to talk about this man right here. Seriously, he was fucking special tonight. Okay, the first half a little bit quiet, but the second half, this man was electric. That assist where Konza got the goal. And it makes you wonder, what are United doing? What are Man United doing? These players leave Man United and just go on to have great games every game. I've been so impressed with Rashford since he's been at Villa. I think he's been unbelievable. As for the result, obviously PSG go through, but you just wanted Villa to get a goal at the end there, didn't you? As a neutral, you just wanted it to happen. The English sides, unless you fucking hate Villa for some reason, West Brom, Wolves, Birmingham. But I don't support any of them, so I actually wanted them to get the... Oh, I was gagging for it. Give me the extra time. Didn't want that game to end. Fair play to PSG, but fuck, you do just... Oh, they had so many chances as well, man. I mean, Villa fans, feel free to comment and let me know what you think about the game. Obviously, I think you should be proud of your team. I think they put in a fucking superb effort. And I think, to be fair, the Champions League campaign itself, you've been fucking unbelievable, so fair play. So close. So close.
We are actually seeing a revived Marcus Rashford, man. I mean, today, he had the drive, the determination, and he did absolutely he gave it absolutely everything to try and help Villa pull off one of the greatest comeback we've seen in Champions League history, man. I mean, that assist, the skill, and the pass for that was absolutely brilliant. I believe he created the most chances whilst he was on the pitch for Aston Villa today, which was 4. I mean, yeah, it's good to see Rashford is back to loving his football. There was a United fan called the Eye Test messaged me at halftime. Not even at halftime, after he lost the ball and then PSG won on the counter and scored, saying Rashford is trash, always praising him and all that. First of all, I've only done like 1 or 2 Marcus Rashford videos, bro. And 2, I just told him just watch the game, lad. Later on, he's texting me saying, Rashford, go on, boy. You understand? But yeah, Rashford, brilliant. I don't know why Emery took him off. I know he was tired, but bro, you keep a man who's on fire on the pitch, man, to play with Ollie Watkins. But yeah, man, Villa gave it all, but not enough. Rashford, absolutely very good performance today by him.
I and most football fans across the world would probably agree that Gianluigi Donnarumma has always been that not great keeper that everyone massively overrates. Well, not tonight. Not tonight. If PSG have got one man to thank for why they are through into the Champions League semi-final after that unbelievable second half from Aston Villa, it is him. I've criticised him many, many times, as long as many people have, just thinking he's not quite that guy. He does have that error in him. He doesn't look confident. He's always a bit scrappy, a bit messy. No. I'll take that back after that performance tonight. The one where Asensio was still on goal, that's a great save, comes out and blocks it. I mean, imagine if he had scored the goal to equalise on loan from PSG. This save from Tielemans, when this would have been to go 5-all in aggregate, where it's literally gone past him and he's managed to get up and use all of his 6'5" frame to get as high as possible to claw it back away and push it away from goal, not just pat it down to oncoming Villa player. And this one from Rashford. This was the pick of the bunch. And Rashford is a player that if you know he's hit it well, he hits them hard and they stay true. And he hits this so hard and so well. That is some save. That is a match-winning, potentially, trophy-winning save. Should they go on and win the Champions League? Looks like they probably will be the favourites to do so now. What a save. I will give him his flowers tonight. I have criticised this man and I have given him a lot of stick for his previous performances, but tonight he really stepped up and really showed why he potentially is a top keeper.
I'll say it. Marcus did pretty well today. He just looks like he had a bit of a vigour about him. Like, this was the Marcus that was like maybe 2 years ago. And I'm not going to go too full into this and saying like, oh, he's back and all this. Why did we sell him? Like, this is probably the best performance I've seen from him at Aston Villa. And he's been scoring a couple of goals here and there. But he's 2 against Preston. I think 1 in the game after that. A few assists with Asensio. That wouldn't have been enough at Manchester United. I think we can all agree with that. And I'm only really judging his appearances now for Aston Villa as things that would have been good enough in context for Manchester United. Like, obviously, playing in the calibre of competition against the calibre of players is obviously good enough for Man United. But today, it was brilliant. Like, he was good. He had great intensity. His assist was fantastic, little jinky toes. But there's one thing I will point out. Environment is everything in football for sure. And in terms of the confidence to do the flicks and the tricks and to get into positions, totally understand that. It was his work rate today as well. That was brilliant. And no matter what, your work rate shouldn't come into the question when you're at any football club. It has come into the question when at Manchester United. So we'll just see what happens while he's there. Let's hope it continues. Let's hope he gets even better. And then we'll see what happens in the summer, because it was a really nice performance today. And just from man to man, fan to man, I enjoyed watching him play like that again.
That is one of the best games I've seen probably all year. That start to finish from both sides, quality from Villa and PSG were just, they were unreal. He had the really deflected goal and another one Martinez dropped a bollock, but standard there was something else. Also, Marcus Rashford, he looks like Marcus Rashford, if you know what I mean. That is the best thing I've seen Rashford do since he turned into like prime Maradona against Barnsley. Little Meg through that guy's legs, skip past this bloke and set it back for Konza. That's what I expect of this guy. He's been so much better since going to Villa. But my main talking point here, I do not watch foreign leagues. I only see European sides when it's in Champions League or at like World Cups or Euros or stuff like that. Every single time I watch this guy, I think he has a blinder. He's such a good keeper. 2 or 3 times last night, he made like an outrageous save that when I'm watching it, I liken this bloke to Alisson, where I'm like, I think these two are the only keepers that I see consistently that almost win teams games on their own. If you could swap him with Matt, say if you swap these keepers last night, Villa were going through 100%. A great keeper, and that was a great game.
Marcus Rashford, wow, that's all I'm going to say. How did Manchester United sell Marcus Rashford and keep Garnacho? How did they come up with that conclusion? Today, Rashford ran that show, especially in that second half. That assist for Conte's goal, that was vintage Rashford. Vintage Rashford. On the ball, he was exceptional today against PSG. We know what he does against PSG, bro. PSG got nightmares on Marcus Rashford. He was different level, man. All I'm going to say is, Man United fans, how did you allow him to leave? Like, Rashford is a special player. There is no way United fans can say if Rashford was in that team right now, there would be a worse team. Like, Rashford in Man United team right now, there would be levels better. Rashford was exceptional today, man. On the ball, he was crazy good. Especially that Contra goal. Like, bro, how did he get past 3-4 defenders like that? Vintage Rashford. He deserves everything today, man. Give him whatever he wants. Applaudits, he deserves it. He ran that show. He's so unlucky he didn't score a goal as well. He is so unlucky. I can't lie, man. I've always backed my boy Rashi, man. I love him. He's such a top player. Today he showed levels again. In the Champions League, the highest level of football, he showed levels today.
What a game of football. Paris Saint-Germain are in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Confirmed. That's right, Paris Saint-Germain. I can't lie, I don't know how this game went, bro. How are you telling me Paris Saint-Germain scored 2 goals and then they lost this 3-2? Paris Saint-Germain lost this 3-2, but because of the first leg, they won overall 5-4 and they are in the semi-finals. Hey, yo, Pacho. If Pacho wasn't there, Villa would have taken that to extra time. Yes, Aston Villa had a last-second shot in stoppage time, and Pacho was the last man to save it because Donnarumma was not saving that. So if Pacho wasn't there, it would have gone 5-5 extra time. That's how lucky Paris Saint-Germain were today. What am I seeing? Barcelona and PSG both being bad. Both. And RS Ricardi gives a breakthrough. Paris Saint-Germain, first team into the Champions League semi-finals, and Borussia Dortmund are about to follow. Come on, Borussia Dortmund. They're going to go in the semi-finals with PSG. Let's go.
Marcus Rashford, brother, that performance for generations. Take a flipping bow. What a flipping performance in a Champions League quarter-final crunch moment for your team when you needed to step up most, and you provide that disgusting assist for the 3rd goal. Incredible. Man, Ruben Amorim advocated to keep Rasmus Højlund and Alejandro Garnacho over Marcus Rashford. Just let that sink in. For the hate watchers, this was generational, this performance, bro. All you United fans that were giving this guy flack and disrespect every single time this guy touched your football, even when he wasn't even in the squad, he was still get disrespect, bro. Don't ever forget who this guy is, bro. 75 minutes was absolutely sensational, and it shows that he is made for these big games, for these moments in the Champions League. You have to have players like him in your team. The star power, it was there. With that, or I don't know, every time this guy faces PSG, he morphs into prime R9 every single time. That performance, especially in the second half, running the channels, that amazing shot where Donnarumma made the save, and then from that corner, the amazing assist. He was causing problems for Pacho the entire night he was on the pitch. He's a major component as to why Villa have spearheaded their way back into this game. I'm going to make another video at full time talking about just Villa Park in general and how incredible it is. But Rashford, brother, you deserve your own post. What a flipping game. To do that on a pitch when you have players like Morgan Rogers on your team, and then on the other side you had Desiree Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola, to drop that performance, amazing.
I thought the old PSG returned for a second, but for them to hang on in that environment after choking for like 30 minutes straight, this just proves to me, this PSG team, they are different. Old PSG teams, I promise you 100% they would have crumbled. Donnarumma, the old Donnarumma, he would have made a mistake. The old Marquinhos, he tried to make a mistake, but this time his team saved him. Pacho absolutely saved PSG at the end there as well. But this team, the old versions of PSG, they would have 100% lost this game. But this team is different. They're resilient. They got through. And I think now they're going to the final. They will beat Madrid or Arsenal.